Everybody, my name is Coach Socks and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're working on a storage build. That's right, this is going to be a very big episode. It's going to be a very helpful one for the success of this world. These are some of the build materials, and we're also going to be terraforming a little bit. If you guys stick around towards the end of the video, I have a surprise in store for the subscribers of the channel. It's a big one, and I'm very excited about it going forward in the following episodes. Here's me walking around aimlessly for like 10 seconds, but let's get started with the build. I've been thinking a lot about the pacing of the world and that I've been going so far, and I've been really enjoying what we've been doing so far. Kind of taking things slow, build up, kind of a smaller starter house than I've normally done in the past, and now I'm doing the storage build, which typically if I do a storage build, I'm doing like a really, really big one. And in this one, I'm doing a very moderate size, so it's not going to be like end game type of storage, but nevertheless, I've been enjoying the pace of this, world, the season, whatever you want to call it. And it's just kind of funny because I've been watching other YouTubers, the beginning, first 5-6 episodes of their, worlds. And it's funny just to kind of compare our definitions of slow, because I was watching this one guy. Oh man, it was like Mr. Matt Rager or something, and he was fantastic, amazing builder and everything, but his definition of slow is wildly different compared to mine. He was he was enchanting by the end of episode 1, level 30, had this, pretty big starter house and everything, and I just thought it was funny that like I don't even like plan to enchant until like, I don't know, 10 videos in or whatever, maybe. And I'm just kind of wondering to see, how the rest of his season progresses at, his version of slow versus my version of slow. And, comparison is the thief of joy. And, I'm not trying to let it rain on my parade or anything, as it is raining right now in this video. But I just thought it was funny, kind of comparing other people's survival series and whatnot. But I do need ideas for builds and farms. Like I said, I don't want to go too fast, but I do need suggestions on what sort of builds we want to do next. I was thinking about doing some sort of like monolith in the distance. I think that could look really cool as far as like a backdrop build. If you guys haven't seen my world tour video that I posted, I don't know, probably a week ago, I have this like really big structure in the background of the world. And it's similar and inspired by B-Dubs. If you haven't seen him, please go look him up. He's way more important. But he has this really cool like arching bridge that's just like really, really tall, and it's in the background. It's supposed to be just something you see in the background of your world. And I really want to do something like that again, that's like massive and kind of, I don't know, almost like ominous in the background of the world. Like, where did it come from? How did it get here? Why are we here? I don't know. I think that could be really cool. I was looking up some like monolith designs on like Google and Instagram, and I found some cool ones, but I don't know. I really want to like do it like perfectly, and I don't want it to be like too unrealistic, or like it's actually not like alien-like it's something like of a ancient civilization. I think that could be like a really cool direction to take this world in, just kind of like I did with my last one, but do it a little bit differently, and definitely do it just better than I did before. And that's the whole goal of starting a new world, is kind of doing it better than what you did before. And that's something I'm really, really trying to do, especially because all of this content, all of this playing that I'm doing is going up on YouTube. Like, I've put a lot more care into building in general, and I encourage anybody else who's thinking about starting like a YouTube channel for Minecraft or whatever. Like, I think it's such a great idea to like do it, because it like makes you want to get better at like whatever you're doing, whatever, like your craft for lack of a better word this very moment. But it's honestly like pushed me to like get out of my comfort zone in like so many different ways, like just like talking behind the laptop, which honestly I get super nervous every time I do it now. still. But it's honestly like, it's helping me outside of, you know, YouTube as well. Like, it's encouraged me to just like talk more to like coworkers at work or whatever. So like, I don't know, it's just like really benefited me in a lot of ways, and not just like this is just a hobby that I do on the side or whatever. Like, this is something, you know, I'm taking seriously, I want to get better at, and it's impacting me in ways that I didn't really imagine. And I don't know, I think that's like such a cool thing. So if like you guys have, you know, something you're after, a goal, a dream, whatever, like honestly, like just go for it. Like, anytime you see like, I don't know, advice on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, you see these people just saying like, just do it, just start it. And it's like honest to God, like the truth, like just do it. Like, stop waiting around, you know, don't wait until you can, you know, buy an expensive camera or PC or whatever. Just start it and just continue like working on your grind and like trying to get better. And like, because that's like all we can do, because, you know, we just have like limited time, you know, here, you know. Not to get super deep, but yeah, I'm not even talking about the build. Maybe I should do that more. We're putting some chests inside the storage first floor. I'm gonna put some lights in. It's such a smooth transition, but that's my rant. So I wasn't happy with this flat wall over here and the beams that were supporting the build. So I ended up going with a sort of like a stable design. This is where we're going to put the camel, which, by the way, we've actually gotten a few more suggestions from a couple of subscribers and viewers, which I really appreciate. The suggestion number 1 was Cutie Pie. Suggestion number 2 was Goober, and the third one was Skip. So I think in a couple of more weeks, or when I finally get my palms or hands on a name tag for him or her, we can finally go ahead and go grab them, bring them back here, and keep them in this little stable right next to the barn. And I think that would be really cool. But I'm going to leave it up to a vote on YouTube. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if I said that already. I've been rambling for like, I don't even know how long now. But if you guys have any more suggestions for names, that would be great, because then we could leave it up to like a really big vote amongst the community, or you guys can just leave more comments down below, whatever you guys want to do. I don't care. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on some terraforming around the build to kind of make it look a little bit more natural. We're going to mix in some stone, cobblestone, and then some slabs as well. And that's going to help really make it look like it's belonging here. And I just kind of mapped everything out with this dirt, and I'm just replacing it now with all those blocks. And you can see I have a little bit of decoration, some hay bales and some pumpkins on the side of the build. I kind of cheaped out. I'm not very happy with how flat this side of the build is for the barn, but I don't know if like a window or something kind of jutting out from it would look good, or maybe a silo. Those are like really popular now because of, you know, B-Dubs doing it. I'm seeing all sorts of silo videos on YouTube, so maybe a silo, but a lot of people have been doing them with whiter blocks, and I don't have white just yet. But all we're going to do here is just kind of do what we sort of did with the pond, and kind of put some foliage and some slabs and buttons and, you know, things of that nature. No pun intended, but yeah, I think it's looking really good. And then we're just going to kind of finish things off with a little pathway over here, and that's going to make it look really, really complete. Mix in some more mud and some mud bricks if I have any left, and I think it's looking pretty good, honestly. So just going to place down some moss and some more planks right here to kind of finish up this pathway leading up to the build. But I think that's going to wrap up things for it. I replaced some of these dirt blocks with moss just because I think it looks a little bit better when the grass kind of transitions that way. And I finished when it started raining. But I wanted to be able to see it from, in front of the starter house, and I think we accomplished that just a little bit. This is the finished design. I wanted to also ask you guys, the community, if somebody could help me edit my skin so it looks like my profile picture, that would honestly mean the world to me. But let's head on to the inside of the build, where we can go up where the surprise is. You'll notice on the floor we have the Coach Socks carpet on the floor. It's looking great, but also the subscribers book. Yes, I'm gonna backlog this for those who I have shouted out in previous episodes, so you guys don't feel left out, because I wouldn't want that. But hopefully we fill this book up as we go out, through this season. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support. It's really meaning a lot. This world is coming together more and more every episode that we put into it, and I can't wait for the next one. I'll see you guys there. Bye.